Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasia, but you can also call me Tay, and welcome in. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome back to Sprout everyone. It's day 21 on the island, and today we are decorating some villager houses. I am so excited. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I actually finished Happy Home Paradise a little while back, which I also have in the series, so I will link it above if you're interested in watching that and me complete the whole thing. And today we are going to be decorating 5 villager houses, so 5 different interiors, and I'm just so excited to show you all. But before we get into it, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could like and subscribe. I would love to have you guys join this community that we are building here. Now let's get started with today's video. Alright, so before we get into all the decorating, I kind of wanted to come over here and show you guys what we're working with. In this cul-de-sac that I built a while ago, I have Gala, Gabby, Tipper, and Gruff. So today I'm thinking of decorating Gala, Gabby, Tipper, Spork, and Patty's houses. So yeah, I am going to kick Gruff off the island, so that is why I'm not decorating his house today, but I'm planning on filling him in with either Shep or Molly, so I'm super excited to have one of them on the island. But today we are going to be decorating these main houses, and I kind of wanted to come over here and show you guys what their houses look like currently, because I do want them to look semi-cohesive, and I'm going to tell you right now that the way I do customize their exteriors, I do end up changing later on. They just didn't look as good together as I hoped, but yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing today. Here is my island map so far and all of the villager placements. I think everyone is pretty much in their exact location. I'm not planning on moving anyone else anywhere on the island, so yeah, I'm super excited. Let's finally get into all the decorating. But firstly, we do have to go over to Resident Services and talk to Tom Nook about customizing all of these houses. I am going to start off with Gala, and I actually recorded this video in 2 different parts because I first started recording live pretty much and just recording my process and how I was decorating Gala's house, and I wanted to go with like a very ranch themed home and kind of show that she lives in like this cute little kitchen and a little living room. That is kind of the vibe that I was going for originally. However, I did end up changing that. So this is currently me customizing Gala's house, and again, I like the way it looked. It's just not everything matched together once I put all the villager houses in place and kind of redid their exteriors. So I kind of cut out me customizing the ranch home and I time traveled and we started recording on a new day. But this is what Gala's house looks like in the cul-de-sac. I think it looks super cute at the moment. But as I said, I do plan on changing that later on. So here is what I started doing originally. I just wanted to show you guys because we will be clearing it out, and Gala was customizing and crafting something here, which I wanted to go and talk to her. She actually gave me a DIY that I didn't have, so that was pretty great. I honestly love Gala, but because I didn't go with the ranch home, instead I decided to make her our little florist of the island, especially since she has that flower shirt slash dress and she has the flowers around her ears, so I thought that would be perfect for Gala. I think it just really fits her personality. And I think as I start each home, I'm just going to give a little description as to what I was thinking and my ideas for each house. And then I think I'm just going to let the speed build play on with the music in the background, just because I don't think you need me narrating through the entire thing. And it's just kind of relaxing. Sometimes I like watching videos where people are just doing a speed build and it's just music playing in the back. I feel like that's pretty nice. But as I said, for Gala, she's our little florist of the island, which means I wanted to give her house a very lush, flowery plant shop, pretty much. I know I already have a plant shop on the island, but I just wanted to make an interior that's dedicated to a florist. So yeah, I wanted to go with very light and airy colors. It took me so long to figure out how I wanted her layout and just overall style to be for this interior. I did use that glow-in-the-dark sticker door design on the back wall. I will be using that pretty much through the majority of these houses today. It's just like such a great design choice and I love it. And yeah, I just spent a very long time trying to figure out the overall style. but I did know I wanted it to be very full of a ton of colorful flowers and plants. And after this build, I kind of learned my lesson to not really record it live and just build separately in my own time and then rebuild it and record it, because this took me hours to do and it took me hours to edit. So the editing in the future house interiors will be much smoother because I pretty much will know where everything's gonna be. But yeah, this is pretty much Gala's house, and I'll check back in once we finish the build. And here is the finished room. I love it so, so much. It's just so magical. It's perfect. I had to do my BD Twins house interior justice because she's my girl and I love her. And I just think she has the perfect florist interior, and I'm just so happy with how it turned out. I feel like it's probably my favorite of the builds today. But moving on to our next villager. Next up, I'm going to be decorating Gabby's house, and I actually love how Gabby's house turned out as well. It's just very vibrant and colorful. I started with this idea of kind of making like another door entryway in the back wall. So I went with that, and then I just kind of ran with the idea. I wanted to make it feel like a very comfy, cozy home. I wanted it to feel like a rabbit actually lives there. So everything I did kind of just was inspired by Gabby being a rabbit and it being a very spring and colorful kind of interior. So I do put in quite a few desserts around the room later in the build, and it's all carrot themed as well. So this one just turned out so cute. It's very cheerful, bright and fun, and I really wanted to use this sunflower type wallpaper because it's a very difficult wallpaper to use, and I felt like it did fit Gabby very well, and I wanted to challenge myself. So I think this one turned out pretty perfect for her personality and just her overall style. And here is an overall look of Gabby's house. What do you guys think? I know there's kind of a lot going on, but I feel like I managed to make it work somehow. It all just, I don't know, it works. But moving on, I wanted to customize Gabby's house again to kind of match her overall style, and I went with that orange striped roof. There's just something about it that reminds me of a carrot. It just looks so much like a carrot to me, and I don't know what it is, but I just thought that was pretty cute. And again, I do end up changing this later on in a different video, but I thought that exterior did look pretty fitting for Gabby. Alright, moving on to the next villager's house. Next we are working on Tipper. And for Tipper, I pretty much went with the idea that I originally had for Gala, where it's like a very ranch themed home. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that I did this and I didn't do it for Gala, because I feel like it just really fits Tipper's personality and style better than it would have for Gala. So I went with a very like light and airy theme once again. I really love using this flooring. It's just like a perfect light brown color, and it looks very good with this white striped wall. And for this one, I wanted to do something a little fun with the interior layout again. So I decided to break the room into two different sections. I wanted to have one section dedicated to her bed and where she can sleep and relax, and then the other part was the kitchen. So I used a lot of items that reminded me of like a farm style ranch home, and this one does turn out pretty cute as well. I also wanted her house interior to kind of match her overall color scheme, so I went with very light browns, white, and black as the main colors for her home. And it was really fun, honestly, decorating this one, because it was so different from anything I've really done in terms of the color and the style. So I really had a fun time putting this one together. And here is the finished room for Tipper. What do you guys think? Is it a little strange that I have a cow print rug for Tipper's interior? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just thought it really brought the room together, so I decided to put it in there. And here is where I start customizing Tipper's exterior. This one I actually struggled with so much, and again, it does change later on, but I did struggle with this exterior. I didn't know what I wanted to do because I wanted to keep it to her style where it's like black and white, but I feel like that didn't fit my overall island theme. So I tried to keep it very light, but I ended up going with like a white exterior for the house, a black door, and a black roof, I believe. I feel like it definitely is cute, but it's not something I would want to keep on the island. So I do change it later. I was trying to keep all the houses to look like little farmhouses, but there's only so much I can do to where they all match and match the style of the villagers, so yeah, it's alright though. Moving on to the second to last interior for today's video, next we are decorating for Patty. Now Patty is going to have a business themed interior just like Gala. I do like to kind of balance out villagers having like a home versus a business or some kind of store. I think it's really fun to change it up every now and then, but I wanted to give Patty kind of like a little convenience store, I guess. It's very small, and this is probably going to be the most cluttered and compact room that I do. It's just very hard to walk around. You can really only walk in the front part, so I don't really know how she's gonna walk around because as players we're able to nudge between items, but villagers can't do that unfortunately. You know, I more so go for looks over functionality if I'm being honest, but I thought this one does turn out pretty cute as well. It also, even though I built this in advance, I did come up with different ideas as I was rebuilding it. So I do end up messing around with a few things here and there, but yeah, it all turns out very, very cute in the end, and I love it. And here is the finished look for Patty's little convenience store. Again, it's very compact and full in here, but I do kind of like the style of it more so than functionality. And I also left her exterior as it is because I actually really love it on the island. It looks so good where it is, so I didn't bother changing that one. But moving on to our last exterior, and this one is probably my second favorite of today's builds because it's just so nostalgic for me. And this is for Spork's house, which is another villager that I really, really love. I feel like I do have a fondness for a lot of the pig villagers in this game. I don't know what it is. They're just so adorable. I love them so much. For Spork, I wanted to give him more of a cabin type feel. His house is actually the only one that's on an actual beach, and it's kind of off to the side by himself, which I feel bad. I guess Patty is down the road from him, but still, he's just on his little isolated piece of land. So I wanted to make his home feel more like a cabin and kind of like cozy and rustic. So I had a lot of fun decorating this one, and I feel like I used a bunch of different colors and patterns that you would think shouldn't look good together, but somehow they just do. It somehow works. Which I love. I love that for Spork. I feel like it definitely fits his personality. So it's kind of like a cozy but also messy home. He has a little kitchen area, he has a dining table, and my favorite part of the room is his little relaxing living room with a very retro style TV. It's one of the big chunky TVs, which I had growing up, and I just loved the way that this turned out. I also end up putting like a little TV tray in front of his couch where he's eating and watching some shows or movies, and I just love it. It just reminds me of my childhood so much. So yeah, this is pretty much Spork's interior. And this is the finished look for Spork's house. What do you guys think about this one? I love it. It just feels so homey, and I just felt like I was telling a story with this one. Like, he's cooking some soup and then he's eating it at his couch and just watching a show, brought in some groceries to make the soup, and I just love everything about this villager house. So there we have it, everyone. Those are the first 5 villager houses that I've customized for this island. Definitely let me know in the comments which one you enjoyed the most, which one was your favorite. I'd love to read all of your guys' thoughts and comments. I will be doing a part 2 of decorating villager houses later in this series, so stay tuned for that if you would like to see me decorate some more villager houses. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could like, and if you'd like to continue following along with Sprout, definitely consider subscribing. I would love to have you guys join this community that we're building for this channel. And with that, I think that's the end of today's video, so I hope you all have a lovely day or night to whatever time you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!